Hi guys, it should be live. And I have got the microphone turned way up because as you can see we're in the kitchen and we're gonna do some baking. So I don't know if you can hear me or if it's super echoey, so let me know how it is and I can fiddle with it. Look at me pretending that I always have a clean apron. I do not always have a clean apron. Oh hi, you're already in the chat guys. Ooh. And already people are messaging me, which, hi, how are you all? Oh Rachel, I'm sorry to hear that you've in I've started early. I'm sad to hear that you've got joint pain. Well, you can put your feet up for this live stream, can't you? You can put your feet up and then you can relax and you can just watch me make a mess of my kitchen, because that's what's going to happen. We're just going to be making a big mess in my kitchen. Yay! I hope I'm encouraging cooking, because see, it's usually lovely wife Helen that does all of the cooking in this house, but I do baking. So I don't know if you guys saw, but I have decided that we're going to make oat biscuits and Scottish shortbread, which are both easy peasy to make, and then mini Victoria sponge cupcake things if we've got time, because, you know, it's 2 hours and we're all stuck in our houses and we can't actually leave, so we have all the time in the world. Oh, I miss takeaway food. That's just mean. That's just mean. We're not having takeaway food because of the contact, because a lot of the takeaways around us are offering non-contact deliveries, which is really nice. And in fact, for Helen's birthday on the 23rd, which was the first proper day of us being locked in, we got a pizza delivery, and the lovely young guy, I think he was like, I don't know, he was probably like 18, like stood on the other side of his car across the road and was like, I'm like, hello human, you may be the last human I ever see. Oh, hi in Spain. How is it over there, guys? Hi Simone. Oh wow, there's lots of you. That's really good. Just reading the chat. Need to cook, I keep ordering out, Josh. That's a solid mood right there, my friend. That is a solid mood. Yes, Helen had great fun for her birthday. We were meant to go away. We were meant to go to her hometown, which is in Felixstowe, which is like completely the other end of the country from us. And we were going to be driving and, you know, staying in a hotel and stuff like that. And we decided pretty much the week before that we weren't going to be able to do that. Luckily, we managed to get a refund for our accommodation and things like that. But yeah, it was not the birthday that we had planned. It was a big birthday for Helen as well, so it was not the birthday that we had planned. But we had fun. We had presents and I made cake. One of the cakes that we're making here today, I made a big version. I made a big Victoria sponge instead of a little one. And we had great fun. It was good. We played games. I got her one of the Disney Villainous expansion packs, so we played that on her birthday. It was good fun. Yeah, you're saying thank God for a Leanne live stream right now. Just wait until the cake starts flying all over the kitchen. Oh, you can see the puppy. Grissom. So Grissom is omnipresent when I'm cooking. Grissom just lives in the kitchen with me. Ugh. Your foot's in my pocket. It's not really that helpful, you know. You okay? Is the laptop scary? Don't kiss me. Say hi to the stream, puppy. So he just lives on the floor, waiting for food. don't you? Waiting for things to drop. And in fairness, it's a good tactic for you because most of the time things do drop, don't they? Yeah, most of the time you do get something. Oh, Kendall, what's it like in Texas? What time is it in Texas? I can't do math, guys. That's one thing that I cannot do. Yes, Simone. Gresham, you have claimed Gresham. You can have him. See, he's just showing off now because he knows he's on camera. So I'm going to start getting kitchen equipment out now that there's a few of us. And if any of you guys want the recipes for these, I will put them down below in the description at the end because they're super easy, guys. They are the easiest of easy recipes. Also, welcome to my kitchen. You've never seen this part of my house before except this messy part in vlogs. I've got dog hair in my mouth now. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, what do we need? We need to put the oven on. That's what we need. We need to make it ridiculously warm so that Leanne gets too hot and then she has to put her hair up and look awful. I was working one day, it was 6. And today they've sent us home. Oh, well, I mean, as much as it's rubbish, that it's a hard one, isn't it? Because Helen is in such a high risk group, she would have been staying in anyway. But in fact, she's in like 5 high risk groups. But the government here have actually cancelled the industry that Lovely Wife Helen works in completely. So she's a driving instructor, and the only people who can get driving tests at the moment and things are key workers, although Helen can do it anyway. So she's pretty much stuck in regardless. And it's a weird one because on one hand you feel like, oh, I should take advantage of this extra time that I've got. And then on the other hand, you're like, but you know, this extra time is not really for a good thing. So it's a very strange situation to be in. Oh, thank you. So it will probably amuse you to know that Lovely Wife Helen built this kitchen. For anybody who's been on the channel for a long time, you will know that... Oh, I'm breaking things already. You will know that Lovely Wife Helen, when we moved into this house, wanted to build the kitchen herself. And so she did. And look at me with my old-fashioned scales, because my other ones, my actual digital kitchen scales are upstairs for weighing my packages. But when we moved into this house, Lovely Wife Helen wanted to build the kitchen, and she did. And then we had a house fire, which was awful, and nobody was hurt. I should preface everything by saying that we lost a lot of our things. But then Lovely Wife Helen literally had to rebuild the kitchen for a second time, rip the whole thing out, start again, and she finished it on Christmas Eve. It's one of her biggest achievements. She finished it on Christmas Eve. I wonder how much caster sugar realistically I have. Everything is so difficult to get. I think we're gonna go with sugar. It won't make that much of a difference. It'll just be slightly rougher shortbread. We can deal with that. Oh, you work in a criminal court. That must be really interesting though. I mean, in a challenging way, but that must be really interesting. Of course, criminal court to me sounds like, ooh, fun mysteries, but to you it's probably like paperwork. A painting every day, Carolyn. Oh, that's lovely. As soon as I think of glow, I think of fireplaces at Christmas, which is probably not very helpful for your prompt. Oh, thank you for the countertop, love. Hi, Elizabeth. Okie dokie, let's wash our hands first, people. I hope we're all washing our hands. You're probably absolutely sick of hearing that at this point. Wash your hands. I don't know about you guys, but my hands are actually just down to the bone now. I only have bone left. I'm really just washing the gristle and the bone. Should see the puppy in the background because he ducks every time I wash my hands, because I have this really annoying habit of flicking them with water. Okay, oakley dokley. We have preheated the oven. Yes, we have. We need butter. I cleverly actually remembered to leave the butter out for a change. Well, actually, it was lovely wife Helen that told me to leave the butter out. I won't take all the credit because, you know, it would be a lie. Usually I end up being like, room temperature butter? What's that? I also realised today I was leaving a voicemail for Simone from Me, Simone and I on BookTube. If you don't subscribe to her yet, you should check her out. And I said in the voicemail butter, but I said it, I was like butter. It's so Scottish. I was like butter. I'm going to be cooking with butter today, so I'm going to leave the butter out. So we are rationing the actual real butter in our house until we get our grocery order tomorrow, which thankfully my parents have. Oh, happy birthday to you. Oh, there's a hand sanitizer emoji. Of course there is. Of course there is. Oh, day 16. Yes. I remember when I first left work, like full-time, like like proper employment for self-employment, and I was like, oh, I can set my hours now. I either worked the whole time or I worked none of the time. I either got up ridiculously early and like worked until I dropped, or I didn't get out of bed until noon. So bar. So don't worry. Don't worry. Nobody's judging you. There will be a couple of moments in the stream where I will be beating things together and pretending that the mixture are certain people in government. How much am I putting in here? 125 grams. I know what that is. Yeah, let's not start by cutting ourselves on stream. I don't think cutting ourselves on stream, well, I mean, I might get some subscribers out of that. BookTuber has massive catastrophe. There's an actual hand washing emoji. That's grim. Moonbook, we are. Oh, that was very ASMR-y, wasn't it? We are making at the moment Scottish shortbread, which is a really, really rough shortbread. And it's my favourite because it takes literally no time at all, which is good considering the fact that I'm probably going to do more talking than cooking on this stream. So while I do this, my question for you guys is, what are you reading? Or more specifically, are you reading? Are you managing? Wow, you don't realise how much you touch your face until you can't touch your face all the time. Are you managing to read? Because I have found that the strange and unique thing about this experience is that instead of wanting to read, I want to do everything that isn't reading. I want to watch TV. Specifically, we are mainlining Leverage at the moment, which is an early 2000s TV show about con artists, and if you haven't seen it, you should. Oh look, I eyeballed that really well. If you haven't seen it, you should, because it's amazing. So we're mainlining that. Yeah, this is how we clean our hands, by the way, when we cook. This is how we clean our hands. Yeah, so we've been watching that, and that's pretty much it. I've been making bookmarks for the shop. I've done some illustrations in the last little while. I'll go and get my iPad in a bit and show you them. And I've been making some new fabric ones because I have a lot of new fabrics for fabric ones, but apart from that, I've been slowly working away on that. I just haven't been reading. And I've seen a lot of posts, especially on Instagram, from people who are really struggling with it right now as well, and I wonder if that's a symptom of your entire routine going, and so you spend so much time trying to fit time in to actually read in your normal day that suddenly have all this time and you're like, Ooh, Elizabeth, Jurassic Park is a great book. I love it. It's great. Kendall, you know that I love the Diviners, girl. You know that I stand that. You're reading a lot. Most of them my fault. I'll take that. What are we doing? We're doing Jane Steele and the First Two Rivers of London. I mean, you know you're on a Leanne stream when we're talking about Jane Eyre murders and Rivers of London. Oh, I never thought about reading cookbooks. That's really interesting. Usually, like, I'll get a cookbook. I've just realised that door's open and I'm probably going to hit my head on it at some point. That's funny. I usually get a cookbook for specific recipes and then I never actually read it through. That's interesting. Right, what am I doing? Sugar. Okay. We're going for not caster sugar, but it should actually be caster sugar. Oh, about that much. Probably just a little bit. Is it always not the way that it's always just a little bit more than you've got? Oh, cat. Sorry, kitty, I didn't realise you were in here. You snuck in. I haven't read a lot. I'm a full-time college student. Oh, I remember doing. So I did distance. Oh God! See, there we go. First go everywhere of the stream was this. Oh, it really is going everywhere. It's alright. If any of it goes on the ground, Grissom will get it. I did a distance degree for my literature degree, and I remember doing full-time work in full-time uni and thinking, why am I doing this to myself, and never being able to read anything for fun. So, Laverne, did you realise you made a funny? You're reading Daughter of Time, but it's taking you forever. It's taking you all the time. Teehee. Oh, Silky, that's a great idea. You and your friend have reading dates. That's really nice. That's like sprints, but like low-key because it's just the two of you. That's really nice. I went into a slump as things started in the UK, but yeah, and I think that happened for a lot of people now. Like, I think your brain can only panic for a finite amount of time, and then it has to do something else. And I think we're all in that place where we've realised that our brains can't do any more than we're already doing. Like, we're already in a state of constant panic. We can't do any more. So I think a lot of people are getting to that point where they're just like, okay, I can't think about this 24/7 anymore, so what can I do instead? Right, I'm going to go get the beaters out, which is going to make noise for a minute. But then, one book a day is almost Kirsty level, isn't it? One book a day is Kirsty level. In fact, I think it's fair to say that Kirsty has done more than one book. Can you hear me when I go all the way over here? I hope you can. I think it's fair to say that Kirsty has been doing more than one book at a time. And she's not here, she's in bed right now, but it has been almost all romance books, which is also a thing that I hear a lot of people saying that they, okay, it's too warm in here, I'm gonna have to get rid of the hair. I've heard a lot of people saying that romance books and like books for fun, like real, obviously books are all fun, but like books people usually wouldn't read are things that they're reading more and more right now because it's a complete brain break. Middle grade, yes, Carolyn, so many people are doing middle grade. I asked for middle grade recommendations a couple of streams ago and there were tons because everybody is doing it right now. Oakley dokily, there's going to be a bit of noise for a minute, but then I will be back. I'm sorry if this is really super extra loud. I hope it's not. And as usual, because it's Scotland, the butter is still too hard, even though it's been out of the fridge for ages, to cream together. So here's me doing it by hand, which is depressing because that's why we buy expensive kitchen implements. So depressing. Beep beep. Oh, I've got more dogs. I gained another puppy when he heard the beater noises because he knows me. He knows that this means that there's going to be stuff all over the floor. Oh, Lego Harry Potter, that sounds great. So we've been playing board games. I've talked a bit about Disney Villainous because that's a board game that we got recently. I think I got Helen the board game and the expansions that were out for her Christmas, and then I got her another one for her birthday. So we've been playing that, which is where you play as a Disney villain, so against another Disney villain, and you're doing your own thing, you're trying to meet your own goals, but you're also trying to stop your opponent from meeting their goals, and you do that using heroes. So for example, Cruella de Vil's goal is to collect puppies, and her heroes are Pongo and Perdita and like Roger and things like that. So we did that. We've also been playing Discworld, which is a Terry Pratchett game based on his Discworld fantasy universe, and you play as one of like 7 random personalities, and you have to thwart the other person while trying to make sure that the other person doesn't know what you're doing. So there's a lot of bluffing, there is a lot of undoing whatever the other person is doing, but it is massive fun. So I lost because she played as Commander Vimes this afternoon, which was very sad. We also play Terry Pratchett's Witches, where you get to play as one of the witches, which is good fun too. Let's see, what are you saying? Discover my taste in books. I might discover I like horror books. Oh, horror books. Okay. If you like books with witches in them, try Hex by Thomas Oldie Huville. It's a great book, it's really creepy, it's kind of horror light, it's not too terrifying. It does go off the deep end a little bit at the end, but it's good. If you like sort of psychological horror, maybe try Bird Box by Josh Malerman. A lot of people start there. It wasn't my favourite in the world, but a lot of people really, really love that book. It's about a community where something has gone very, very wrong and everybody's stuck in their house, very timely for right now, and you can't go outside without a blindfold. And that's all I shall say about that. If you like, dare I say it, slightly post-apocalyptic novels, probably not time to talk about it. The Enemy by Charlie Higson is really good. That's YA. Or Girl with All the Gifts. Temporarily forgotten who wrote that, but it'll come back to me. And let's see, if you like classic horror, I would try The Amityville Horror by Jay Anson, which is really short and really good on audiobook if you like that. Oh, DNFing Harry Potter. That's a definite like controversial opinion right there. Like, look, it's not going to fall out. I have achieved, well, Grissom would love it if it fell out, but I've achieved creamed together butter and sugar, and now I need a flour. I need another bowl to put the flour in first. That's what I need. Just getting a tour of my kitchen now. Aren't you happy? I guarantee you when anybody tunes into this stream and watches it back, they're going to be like, I thought this was about books. Wasn't this reading in company? The reason that we're not reading is because, please work scales. The reason that we're not reading is because I have had I think it's mostly attention migraine, let's be perfectly honest, for the last couple of days, and I didn't want to just sit in one place and look at a really bright monitor for ages and read because my eyes hurt. So that's what. M.R. Carey, well done. See, guys, I need you. Yes, Chad, I have read Carry On. Carry On is amazing. It's definitely, it's like Harry Potter, but with the PG-13 censor turned off, and some definite boy on boy action, which I am always absolutely there for. Girl with All the Gifts is one of my favourite books ever. However, I do have M.R. Carey's second book on my shelf, which is about a sort of asylum, and it's kind of a ghostly story, and I got it, I pre-ordered it, was very excited for it. The hype train hit, I hid from it, and then when I came back off the hype train, everybody was like, it wasn't that good. And so I've been scared, and it's sitting on my shelf. And then he brought out the sort of loose sequel to Girl with All the Gifts, which is Boy on the Bridge, and that is also sitting on my shelves, and I haven't read it. So if anybody has read them, I would really like to know. Oh, Chad, I have Wayward Son on my shelves. I got a beautiful edition of it from Pan Macmillan, but I haven't actually read it yet. So I am encouraged to know that it's good. I've gone and got flour on the bit where I need to see how much I'm supposed to put in here, which, just eyeballing, it's fine. It's fine. I've got to the point with baking where I'm like, I can pretty much, I don't know if anybody, this is a really random reference, but I don't know if any of you guys watch Life of Boris on YouTube, which is absolutely not a book channel in any way. But he's like, after you cook for a while, you start to see grams with your eyes, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's definitely my experience. Adding flour now to the butter and sugar mix. You can probably hear lovely wife Helen in the background telling the dogs that they're allowed to go on the couch. Shauna McGrath. She walked into a tree. See, that's the kind of recommendation that I want when people tell me they like books. I got so into this book that I walked into a tree. That's the kind of recommendations that I want. None of this like, well, you know, I liked it, but it might not be your taste, but you should give it a try. No, I want people to be like, I walked into a damn tree. Oh, I'm so glad that the live streams help. They help me too. It doesn't matter whether you're used to being, if you're an introvert like me and you're used to being home and in the house on your own a lot, or whether you're like lovely wife Helen, she's an introvert but she's used to seeing people every day, or even if you're an extrovert who's finding it difficult. Like, it doesn't matter who you are. Human contact at the end of the day is necessary. Like, I dare anybody to go through anything like this without wanting to feel connected to other people. So I hope that my random decision to cook rather than do reading sprints on this live stream has worked for you guys, has amused you as much as it's amused me. And hey, we're making a proper Scottish shortbread recipe, so like that should appeal to some of you, right? People are weirdly obsessed with Scotland. Oh, Chad, I'm so sorry that your kid is sick. That's rubbish. It's so difficult right now as well, where like everybody around me who has, you know, ended up with a cold or a bug or anything like this through this, your brain immediately goes to that horrible word and you're like, oh my god, is it? And it almost never is. But your brain can't help but do that legwork for you. So yeah, I hope Kiddie gets better and that you're not too stressed and you can watch me working my elbows out instead of using the hand whisk, because the butter was not done enough. Okay, so here's the bit where we have to get our hands dirty and then we're gonna laugh at me. Let's get some space. I'm gonna learn the hard way, because usually what I do is I get my hands in the mixture and then I go, Helen, I can't roll it out now because my hands are disgusting. But I've learned from experience. Oh, loud noises. Much loudness. That was excessive. Look at me out here with my tiny kitchen scissors, because I've stolen the big ones for upstairs for cutting all the sticky stuff for my bookmarks. You have only yourself to blame. Okay. Oakley dokily. Baking and cooking is not your forte, Ange. It never used to be my forte. It really didn't. It really, really didn't. I wish I'd taken pictures of some of my biggest and worst kitchen disasters for you guys, because hold on, I have to rub my nose and then I have to wash my hands again because I just got flour up my nose. That's what I get for breathing in flour. Yeah, I honestly wish I could show you guys some of the horrendous mistakes that I made in the kitchen when I first started. I'm sure lovely wife Helen remembers some of them. But yeah, there's been some pretty bad things. So I've decided I'm going to make my shortbread heart-shaped, because we all need a bit of love right now. Yeah, it's funny actually, Kendall, because my mum and dad did their daily walk past my house today, and they had to go to get milk, and usually my mum and dad, that's the dishwasher going off in case you think it's a bomb. Usually my mum and dad and I, like, my mum and me spend most Sundays together, and we craft together and stuff. My dad and me don't really see each other very much, but they walked past the house today, and I had to stand on my front doorstep and talk to them across the fence, and I sent 2 of the dogs out so that they could go and say hi. And it was really sad. It was just really sad. Oh, thank you for the kitchen love chat. It's all lovely wife Helen, who by the way is Lazy Letters in the chat if you're spotting her there. It's all lovely wife Helen's doing. Hey Silky, I'll take looking like a granny. I'm alright with that. There are some very hot grannies out there. Have you seen Helen Mirren? I mean, come on. Helen wants to lick the spoons. Oh no. Oh, Tracy, I wish this is the issue. I wish I could give you all some of the shortbread after I make it, because that's less fun. You don't get to actually get any of the things that I'm making. But hey, if it inspires you to try. So, for the record, this is what the mixture looks like. It always looks super crumbly. It looks like breadcrumbs. And usually people panic when they get to the breadcrumb stage with shortbread. But it all comes together. It all comes together. And I've done it again. I've got my fingers in the mixture and I didn't get the cling film out. Oh, I have issues. Shall we call on lovely wife Helen? I think I'm going to have to. Darling!
Yep.
Are you available?
Yep.
Lovely wife Helen is half listening to this stream, half playing Civilization by Sid Meier on her laptop. Oh, I was so like, I'm going to be fine. Hello! Could you get me some cling film out, please, so that I can put this in the fridge to cool? Because this is the trick with Scottish shortbread, is once you've actually made it into sort of a rough ball, you have to put it in the fridge and let it cool for 10 minutes before you can do anything with it, which is why it's always a good little recipe to do while you're making other things. But, you know. Thanks! Yeah, that's it. Sit for a kiss.
Okay.
Can't come out the kitchen now, kiss. Mwah. Thank you. Oi! Cheeky sod. Tax? There should be no tax for helping your darling. She's like, there is tax. There's always tax. And you can also forget about it if you're going to do it in batches. I would love to give you all a Tupperware. I promise I'll leave the recipes down in the description for you. Chad, she's playing Civilization, is it 6? The most recent one. And she's very freaking good at it, which is, yeah, and Helen's back to the chat. She is very good at it, and I'm kind of salty about that because I taught her how to play and now she's better than me and she knows what she's doing better than I do, so it's a little bit sad. Righty ho, so while that is cooling, we are going to make oat biscuits, which are literally flour, baking powder, porridge oats, butter, sugar and milk, and what else? A little bit of syrup. That's what it is. A little bit of syrup. Try not to have my cereal land on top of you while I do this. I have made such a mess. I'm so glad that none of you gets to see the mess. Thought you were going to say, here's one I made earlier. I'm not that organised. This was too spontaneous. So I have another question then, guys. What was the last book you actually finished that you loved? Not the last book that you actually finished, not the last book that you physically finished. The last book that you finished and absolutely loved. That is my question while I start weighing out stuff. Right, what am I doing? Putting flour. And we can use the same bowl because it's all the same dry ingredients, and that's all fine. And now you know that I sing when I do everything. It's not actually as charming in person as it sounds in my head. I also can't keep numbers in my head and talk at the same time because I can't do numbers. So don't be shocked if I go silent. What's the last book I read with lovely wife Helen? I don't remember the last one the last one we finished I think was an Andy McNabb, was one in the Nick Stone series, but we're still reading Sunshine by Robin McKinley right now, which is an urban fantasy, which is about a girl called Sunshine who lives in a world where about sort of like 5 years before, it's kind of triggery for the current situation, but she lives in a world where about 5 years before the start of the story there were wars when vampires and other magical things came out, and now there are only a few safe cities and a lot of dead spots, and she has a horrible day and drives out of the city one day and gets picked up by vampires in a place that she thought was very safe, and then discovers that vampires are not quite what she thought they were, and it's real good. It's a standalone. Ooh, I see Retribution Falls, Silky. Lovely wife Helen's gonna like that. Hi to your kitty, Moonbook. Grissom's still standing at my feet, being hopeful that I drop more sugar on the floor. Oh, you finished Moonwater. Try again. You finished Moon over Soho at 3 a.m. because you couldn't put it down. Yay! Oh, The Orphan's Tales in the Night Garden by Catherine Valente. Interesting. I don't think I've read anything about that book. Tell us what it's about. Memoirs of an Imaginary Friend. I don't think I've heard about that one either. See, this is why I love asking this question, because then you end up with loads of answers that you would never have heard about otherwise. That's what I love about actually asking you guys, because I think on BookTube we tend to recommend each other some of, this is baking powder in case you're wondering what I'm doing, some of the same kinds of books, because we know each other's tastes so well. And then we ask you guys, and some of you have BookTube channels, some of you don't, and you guys still do things like randomly buy things in bookshops without having heard about them anymore, and I just don't. Aim or All Systems Red by Martha Wells. The Murderbot one has definitely won one of the slots for my You Guys Pick My Book haul. Enjoy your dinner. I want to hear all about it when you come back. This is the moment, by the way, guys, when I realised that I opened these oats the other day so that I could make this very recipe, non-spawn. And I was like, I opened the top and I'm like, why is there no bag in here? Like, there's no plastic bag, and there's no, like, you know how there's like a little push in tab? There's no tab, and I like sellotaped it closed. I'm like, that's really annoying. There's a tab on the side. When present you realizes that past you was dumb. Just really dumb. Really dumb. Porridge oats. How much oats am I putting in here? The same. So for the record, when you make this, any porridge oats will do, any at all. If you guys make this from the recipe I'll put in the description, any oats at all will do. This is a time where we don't all have things in our kitchen. Oh, Barcelona as a setting. I don't think I've ever read anything set in Barcelona before. Grison's down here and he's just like, you haven't given me anything yet. Why am I even here? Such a grumpy boy. Is Grison my grumpy boy? Where did I put... Oh, there it is. I knew I had a spoon still. Okay. And for the record, this asks for 50 grams of sugar, but we tend to put in a little bit more than that because with the oats, it can end up being a little too savoury, so we tend to put in a little bit extra sugar. I saw a post today on Europa Publishing's site on Instagram where they had posted a letter from an author in Italy to everybody in the UK right now, who is obviously, you know, at a different point in the trend than they are, and the letter was started and had in the middle and ended with, and you're gonna eat a lot. And it's so true. The amount of times that I've seen a post that's like, when you look in your fridge and realise that these rations have to get you through until the end of the month and it's not a challenge, and I'm like, me. I think I love a booktuber who recommended books that nobody talks about. One of the booktuber I can recommend is Josie the Reading Witch. Oh, I don't subscribe to Josie. I will have a look at the end of the stream. I tried to read The Shadow of the Wind is that bad. I tried to read Shadow of Wind and didn't get through it. I'll be perfectly honest. I wasn't hooked. I just was not hooked. So there's a good next question for you then. Apart from me, who is your favourite booktuber? I want to know, who is the booktuber that you can't live without? I don't count. Tell me that. Okay, I need a pan now. I need a pan. When there are so many things in your cupboard that you can't find, all sticky now from the syrup, that you can't find the thing you were looking for. Because there are so many tins of random things. Please tell me that that is relatable. See. Don't have an answer then. You guys are adorable. Lovely Wife Helen assures me the only way to get syrup off of a cooking implement is to use your finger. And then she says that the bonus for that is that you get to lick the finger. I don't entirely think that I enjoy being sticky, but I am going to lick the finger and then wash my hands. Emma. We love Emma. And Simon. Oh, Sophie Carlon. Yeah, Sophie's lovely. I really am just. Oh, Silky. Mel's a good friend. I love Mel to pieces. She's lovely. Your videos are an instant watch and all others are when I get a chance. That's adorable. It's really sweet. I have to admit, I spend a little too much time usually on BookTube, and right now I have a watch later list that is ridiculously long. Has anybody else been saving up videos for a time where they feel sad? Because that's been me. I've been saving up videos thinking, when I feel bad, I'm going to watch all of these videos and it's going to make me feel so much better. It's so bad. Right, more butter. More butter. Is that enough? Oh, I nearly eyeballed it. There we go. I was so close. So depressing. So I'm just melting down some butter and syrup and a little bit of milk. I'm using soy milk, but you can use normal milk. And my wallet doesn't like this list of new booktubers. Yeah, I always like asking people who their favourite booktube booktubers are, because then I find not only like I find out that some of my besties are their favourite booktubers, which makes me very happy, but also I find new people. I'm loyal to you, to be honest. You got me to love crime and thriller. I'm sorry for all y'all's wallets. There's definitely a few booktubers who I watch, and again, that's the wrong ring. I'm never going to turn this ring on correctly, never. There's a few booktubers who I watch who I think to myself, if I bought every book that you recommended that I honestly thought I would like, then I would be here forever. We would be living in cardboard boxes. They would be cardboard boxes filled with books, but they would be cardboard boxes. Some people I am absolutely loving at the moment, so I talk a lot about Simone from Me, Simone and I, but she is absolutely amazing. She's one of my best friends. She's just lovely. And she reads a lot of the same kind of stuff as me, but then really randomly not. Like, she reads quite a bit of historical fiction and I don't, so I get a lot of recommendations from there. She reads a lot of crime and thriller. I also love what Victoria read. And Simone and Victoria have just posted their announcements for the mental health-a-thon that is taking place. I've forgotten the dates now. I'm going to have to double check that. But yeah, the mental health-a-thon is soon. And they're going to be co-hosting together, which is awesome. When BookTube brings all your favourites together. I love Victoria's channel. It's really chill. It's really homely. I feel like I'm sitting having a book chat with a friend. I don't feel like at any point, I'm watching like somebody who's trying to sell me books. I feel like I'm chatting about all my favourites with a friend. Also, April from Getting Hooga With It. April has such a soothing voice. Even when she's talking about like anxiety-inducing topics and she's feeling anxious, she constantly just puts me at ease. Her channel is so well named. Getting Hooga With It is absolutely the best name for her channel. It's just so chill, and I never feel like I'm in a rush, even when I'm having anxiety myself. So there's a couple of recommendations for you of people that I'm really loving right now. There are others, but as usual, when I have to think about people's channel names, and their channel names are not also their actual given name, I'm on the struggle bus. See what you're saying. See. I'd love to do BookTube, but my face is better for radio. That's rubbish. I was really worried when I first started BookTube about not being polished, not looking like other booktubers, not putting makeup on every time I did a video, not having the best lighting and things like that. I started recording on a tablet that made clicking noises, and then I upgraded to various types of phones. And yeah, it's I don't think anybody starts on BookTube perfectly, but it's such a welcoming community. It's one of the only online communities that I've ever just stepped into and felt like, oh, I know everybody here and they know me and they know what I'm about, and I don't feel like I have to explain myself, and I don't feel like I have to explain what I'm like. Thomas Sanders has a series of videos called Reasons to Smile, and I always just put that playlist on repeat. Oh, Kendall, that's awesome. I love checking back on the comments because I get to find new things with no effort. Moonbook Night Night, thank you for joining in. Who needs a house when you have books? I don't think. Yes, you can see a sneak peek at the new bookmarks. Let me go find my iPad. It's on charge somewhere. Hey, you having fun? Yeah. Okay. A couple of new bookmarks that are going to be cardboard bookmarks, the thick 350 GSM ones that are like tear proof. I was kind of inspired by people putting rainbows in their windows and stuff like that right now. So one of them looks like this. Hold on, let's see if we can get this so it's not glary. Hold on. Let's see if we can turn the glare down on the screen and see if that will help. Oh, there we go. That's better. There you go. So one of them looks like this. We have got rainbows, and we have got storm clouds, and there's some umbrella action going on in there. So that's one of them. And the other one, so on the reverse there's a quote on that one. I'm not going to spoil that, but on the reverse there's a quote. And then we've got this one, which is rainbow balloons that look like this. Kirsty, as in lovely podcast partner in crime Kirsty, says that some of these look like rainbow bums because of the curves, which made me so happy that I've decided not to change anything about it, and they can be rainbow balloons or they can be rainbow bums depending on your preference. So there's two of the new bookmarks that are coming, and hopefully as long as my printer stays open, they're open at the moment, as long as my printer stays open, they'll be in the store very soon. Some of the new canvas bookmarks, there's going to be some love heart ones in a couple of different colours and a couple of different styles, and I'm going to be doing those as promotions for our lovely NHS frontline workers. So 10% of my overall sales for those ones will go to NHS workers. I was not going to say rainbow bootylins. Yeah! 10% of those will go, the overall sales will go to one of my local NHS hospitals, which is struggling right now and has asked for some donations because it is a smaller hospital, but it's my local and they have treated me so well over so many really awful trips in there for both myself and lovely wife Helen. So I'll be doing that. There are some plant themed ones. There are some cactuses. There's house plants. What else is there? There's geometric designs this time in really bright colours. There is... What else is there? Oh, there's some little totem pole animals, little totem pole lions, tigers and bears with little teepees and dream catchers and things like that. Those are absolutely adorable. And what else is there? There's another... Oh yeah, there's a tropical set. So there's crocodiles, snakes, tropical plants, those kinds of things. So that's what's coming up for the canvas bookmarks. And then I have a few prints that I'm working on just now, that I think you guys will enjoy. I hope that you like them anyway. They're all upstairs, so next stream that I do on Sunday, I'll have more of those finished, so I'll be able to show those ones off to you. And I'm going to be doing more that are genre based. So I've got a horror thriller one up just now, but I'm going to be doing a romance one, and there's going to be a mystery one and a few others. Tropical set or tropical sex? I think a few people right now would like it to be the latter. I wonder how many kids are going to come out of this quarantine knowing that they were oopsies. Thank you so much. It makes me happy that you've collected some of the bookmarks. I love it when people tag me in bookmark pictures of them actually reading books with my bookmarks. That makes me ridiculously excited. Oh yeah, I have more knitted bookmarks coming in some different colours as well. And I've still got Harry Potter house bookmarks up in the store, if that's your jam-a-lam, guys. Right, oaty biscuits are actually finished. Woo! Okay, so oaty biscuit mixture looks like this. This is what we've been working on. And they just get picked out and rolled into little balls. Now, the recipe does tell you to make them flat, but we like them to be chewy in the centre, so if you would like them to be chewy in the centre rather than more like a biscuit, more crunchy, then you can just make them a little bit thicker like we do. We do like them thick, girls. That was really terrible, I'm sorry. I still mean it though. There'll be a baby boom for sure. Yes. Oh, they make reading better. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Quarantines. Oh my god. Please don't tell me how many years it's going to take for us to have quarantines though, because realistically, when Helen gets new pupils, she'll sometimes come in and she'll tell me when the date that her pupils were born, and I'm like, do not recognise you as a human being if you were born anywhere after like 95. If you were born after 95, you're not a human being yet, you're still a seed. Do you know of any good Scottish books that are set in Scotland that actually sound good? It depends on what you want. If you want the Scottish crime, I can give you that. But my favourite Scottish novel is actually a Scottish classic. It's called Sunset Song, and it's the first in a quartet of books by Lewis Grassic Gibbons, and it's about it's a literary fiction novel about a poor Scottish farm girl who is trying to make the best of a really difficult life, and she ends up, she's very, very smart, and she wants to become educated, and it's the way that she gets out of the farms and out of the really sad, really depressingly sad and abusive life that she starts in. And it sounds depressing, but it's a classic Scottish novel, and it's very, it's written in Scots dialect as well, but it is, you are able to pick it up from context. Okay, hold on, are you ready for this? Darling! There's no egg in this, so this mixture is edible without cooking it. and guess who my favourite tester is? Darling! Yes? Are we ready? Hi. Oh. Oh no, you dropped a bit and Grissom got it.
I got it too. Good.
Is it good? Come closer, come closer.
Should be Grish.
Is it good?
It's really good.
Would you like to, once you're finished, would you like to tell everybody what you're reading?
Okay. I am reading Scythe at the moment.
By Neil Shusterman.
By Neil Shusterman, apparently.
Which is about?
Which is about a world where humanity has conquered death, basically. So nobody really dies of natural causes. And we're really good at running the world. But some people need to die, otherwise there'll be overpopulation. And because it doesn't happen naturally, they have to have scythes who go around, and their sole job is to cull
people.
To cull humans, basically. And the main characters are two trainee scythes. And they didn't really want the job, but they've got it anyway.
And is it good?
That's not fair.
Oh, eat your last piece then.
It's really good. I'm really enjoying it.
And then you can tell us if it's good.
Done.
Was that good?
Very.
You realise you're cleaning this up, right?
So did I. They've already told me I am. It's true.
That's because they've been in my streams before and they know that you clean things up. Or it's because I'm making the goodies, so you have to clean things up.
So when I make the goodies, you're going to clean up when I cook?
No.
No, I didn't think so.
I was born 1974, so by Leanne's rules, I'm pre-human. Yeah, no, anybody before 95 is a human. Anybody born before 95 is a human. Oh good, I'm a human as per Leanne. Anybody after that is, yeah, exactly, is still a fetus. Do bring forth the spoons. So, do any of you guys have any questions for lovely wife Helen while she's here? Because it's now time for me to go and get, oh look.
Mine.
It's now time for me to go and get the shortbread out and make shapes.
Lovely.
So, any questions for lovely wife Helen while she's here and can't escape?
Well, there are tempting goodies about, so don't want to escape right now.
You know, I don't think you're gonna... yeah, Helen did get me there, Rachel. That's... Yeah. There's not... It's not really much I can say about that. She was accurate there. Don't get cocky just because they're here. Because they have to leave.
Back up.
You have to live here.
Yeah.
You live here. Get. Oh! Caught. Jean says that as a Scot she will never read the Outlander series. Yeah, that is a really common feeling in Scotland. None of us are very, very keen on it at all. And having read like some of one book, I just don't understand. I just don't understand. It's so bad. It really is. It's really bad. And there's a sorry if you love it or it's your favourite series, but it's so bad. Although my favourite place in the entire world is a Scottish stately home called Hopetoun House, and if any of you saw my book break video for Panmac's channel, it was one of the places that I visited, and they actually filmed We Saw Nothing, Helen is Innocent.
Thank you.
Helen.
Thank you.
We filmed a part of that video there. And Hopetoun House is stunning, and Outlander was filmed there, so they have had a huge boost in their what's the word I'm looking for?
Visitors?
Visitors, that's it. See, if Helen's not here, I have to find words on my own. It's difficult. Have you read Odd Thomas? You haven't
No.
read Odd Thomas, have you?
I've not even heard of Odd Thomas.
There you go, Carolyn. Now's your chance to sell Odd Thomas to lovely wife Helen. I read Challenger Deep by Neil Shusterman. Do you think you'll read other books by him after Scythe?
So far, yes, I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, probably.
That's good. That's a really good indication. My American family took me all around Edinburgh looking at places I had no idea who Jamie Fraser was. It's not a favourite series, was just curious. Yeah, Kirsty, it's not one that I would recommend. I want to learn to drive, Helen. What's the average amount of lessons your students take before a test?
Oh,
That's a good question.
That is a good question. I'll tell you what the government statistics that word are. It takes an average of 40 hours for most people to learn. Obviously, some people pick it up really quickly, like scarily quickly sometimes.
Yeah, some of your pupils, I have questions.
And some of my pupils take a little bit longer. Some of the ones that get nicknames go a little bit longer.
Not all of your pupils get nicknames,
No.
but some of them most definitely do.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, she was trying to think about what nicknames she could say that were not questionable, but there weren't any, were there?
Well, there's one. I nicknamed her Either. Because she could either steer or she controlled her speed. But she couldn't do both at the same time.
Which is worrying, really.
It is. We took a while to get her to pass.
We took a while to explain why it was quite important that
To do both.
That we do both.
Yes. And
Yeah.
then she recommended a friend of hers. Her friend got the nickname Neither.
Because they could.
Neither control their speed or their steering.
But these are fond nicknames
Yes.
for the most part.
They are.
I mean, in any sort of teacher-pupil relationship, you're going to have those pupils. But you don't have too many horror stories, do you, really?
No.
I want to go to Hopetoun House. I've wanted to ever since it was featured in Shoebox Zoo on CBBC. Yes, I remember that show. It's a series about a fry cook who is these ghosts, and his best friend is Elvis's ghost. 40 hours. There's people out there with a license after just 40 hours. Yeah.
Yep.
You will be retired before you learn to drive as a nickname. 40 hours seems a lot to me. It's funny though, because your lessons are like 2 hours long, aren't they? So if you think about, because anything shorter, well, you explain why.
Oh, I mean, some driving instructors do 1 hour lessons, but especially at the beginning stage of learning to drive, you're driving somewhere to learn a new thing, you're talking about the new thing, you're then doing the new thing, and then you're driving home again. So you don't get much of the actual learning. But if you've got a 2 hour lesson, you've got a whole hour and a bit of learning the new thing and just a little bit of driving and talking. So it's better value for money, in my personal opinion, for the pupils to do 2 hour lessons but do less lessons than do lots of 1 hour lessons. So that's what I'm trying to encourage.
So 40 hours goes, I think, it sounds a long time, but when you're actually doing it, it's not as long in practice, is it?
It goes quite quickly.
It goes quickly.
Yeah.
What worries me though is the people who will book their driving test before Helen tells them that they're ready for their driving test, and they still expect to pass and are shocked when they don't.
Yes, even if I've told them, don't go for it, you're not ready yet, let's wait a few weeks, let's postpone for a few weeks and try again later. No.
I think so. I get why some people do it. Some people are just so desperate.
Yeah.
But then there are just the people who are like quite delusional.
Delusional is right. Yes.
Who just think, but I'll be fine.
Yeah, I had one of those.
Yeah.
They took 4 attempts before they passed.
Yeah. Yeah, there are some times where Helen will text me from work and she's like, oh, I only almost died 3 times today.
It's a good day.
I'm so glad I'm probably never gonna drive. Oh no, don't say that. I was like that, but then if I'd gone through with that, I would never have met lovely wife Helen in the first place. Do we have any other questions for lovely wife Helen before I release her? Because yes. I can see that she's...
see that bit.
She's... You're gonna get the sympathy vote and I'm gonna lose.
Yes. I hope.
So mean. She's eyeing up the shortbread mixture, guys. So I'm gonna release her soon because I don't feel like my mix is safe. Could you save our biscuits for me?
Uh-huh.
They about right, or do they need more?
I reckon I do.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna shake them first.
That is our oat biscuits. So they have risen quite a little bit actually. I think they rose more than the last batch that I made.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Slightly salty now. Maybe I need to do all my baking on camera from now on. Well, thank God I wasn't the only freaky proto for it. My instructor, a savage, took me to a road full of curves on my first lesson. He said it was the same, but using more the wheel. So mean. Give Helen the sweets. What is your favourite dessert? Or technically it says dessert, so you can have more than one.
Oh, good.
That doesn't mean you get to eat more than one right now. That just means that you can have more than one that you like.
See, immediately comes to mind is pineapple upside down cake. I love pineapple upside down cake.
Yeah, you make a mean pineapple upside down cake.
I do. And I like lime cheesecake. Awesome. And I like, if it's cakes we're talking about, one of my favourites is my lime and passion fruit cake, which Leanne is what she made me for my birthday, which was awesome. It was delicious.
Seeing as you weren't getting expensive meals in restaurants for your birthday.
Or ice cream in my hometown.
Oh, ice cream. You've wanted a Mr. Whippy for ages. Anybody watched The Haunting of Hill House on Netflix? If so, is it the same as the book? No! It is nothing like the book. And I'm going to give you a controversial opinion here. And I'm going to say that I hate The Haunting of Hill House as a book. I used to be a massive Shirley Jackson stan when I was younger. And now I look back on that and think, younger Leanne was very enamoured with things that were meant to be creepy, but not so much actually creepy. And I really don't like that book now. It is not a great book. It's not my favourite. However, I absolutely love the TV show. I think that they have done the right amount of suspense and dread with the right amount of being invested in the characters. And actually, I was talking about Leverage at the start of this stream. Mm-hmm. It's Nate from Leverage, who is the dad in Hill House.
Oh, okay.
And it's he's amazing in it. He basically is still playing Nate Ford, but he's amazing. Those cakes sound delicious. Yeah, they do. All fruit cakes. Where's the chocolate?
No, I don't like chocolate cakes. I like chocolate.
Give your delightful angel wife the shortbread. Yeah.
Delightful angel wife. That's me. New hashtag.
No, not new hashtag. Oh, there you go. I agree, Leanne. The book was not scary. What, is it good? Yeah, the book of The Haunting of Hill House was... No, it's not. I reread it, so I had actually read it when I was younger, but like I say, I was very enamoured with it, with Shirley Jackson in general. I really love We Have Always Lived in the Castle, and we'll always love We Have Always Lived in the Castle. But... yeah, I reread The Haunting of Hill House and was not impressed. What is your favourite memory connected to food? That's a good question. That's a really good question. Do you need me to buy you time?
I've got so many. I'm gonna start with one. Okay. So this one is from my childhood when we lived in Saudi Arabia for several years because my father worked out there, and you couldn't get any at that time. I'm sure you can now, but at that time you couldn't get any fresh soft fruit, so no berries or anything like that. And on our way home to England, we stopped in Egypt, in Cairo, and in our hotel we were able to get strawberries and cream for the first time in like 1.5 years of having a strawberry. It was awesome. They were fantastic. So that's one of my food memories.
Strawberry ever. Well, you'll be pleased to know. I thought you were going to start with that. Are there not more? Okay. You'll be pleased to know that there's no room on the tray left for this piece of dough.
Oh, so I'll have to have it because you don't want it. Is that right? Is that right?
I guess.
Oh, we can halve it? Oh, awesome. Thank you. Oh, Grissom got some.
Don't think Grissom was meant to get some, really, you know. I think Grissom could have done without the butter and sugar content in his life.
Nom nom.
Oh, God. And now we're silent.
I'm eating. It's really good.
Oh, here's another puppy. We almost never get to see Padfoot. You coming in? Hi. Straight to the back door. Pads. Oh, hiya. It's a puppy. Oh, you sneezed in my mouth. That's just wrong. I come in and I'm like, oh, hi, pretty puppy, and he sneezes in my mouth. I'm offended. Okay, so do you have another food memory then? They can't see you now.
I'm thinking. This is my out of zone thinking face.
I see, let me see. Those cakes sound delicious. Yes. Didn't like the book of it. We have always lived in the cat. Oh, Mary Cat. Mary Cat's one of my favourite characters ever. She's very relatable. She's very me. Yay, Padfoot's here. Yay, yes. Or he seems to have disappeared now.
Mm-hmm. Shall I see if I can get Nimbus? Then you'll have seen all of them.
He's very sleepy.
Nimbus.
Oh.
Mr. Nimbus.
Wait 1 sec. The computer might be in the way.
Mr. Nimbus. Hello, sleepy boy. Oh, you're so tired. You're so tired. Are you sleepy? Are you okay? He's so tired. Can you come here? Nimbus? Nimbus? Oh, try it. Boys, get out of the way. Nimbus, come here. Come here. Nimbus. Hello. Oh, so tired. Oh, dearie me. Is that awful? So then we're getting to see Nimbus.
I was born and lived all my life in Spain. My memory is all food. Okay,
Yeah. Right, last one then. Best chocolate bar.
Oh, that's easy. Cadbury's. Cadbury's.
Yeah, Cadbury's what? They'll come. They can't see.
Beep. There's too many dogs.
Dogs everywhere.
Normally go for fruit and nut. Cadbury's fruit and nut.
Cadbury's fruit and nut.
Yep.
That's fair. That's definitely one of the things that's in our cupboard a lot.
Not right now, unfortunately.
Not right now, but we get shopping tomorrow. My dad's picking us up shopping tomorrow. Right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for your
Bye.
Thank you for your presents.
Welcome. Thank you for the food. Love it.
You're welcome. Okay, guys. So the shortbread is in. And I'm actually vlogging today. So I am going to, let's see. Let's see if we can get it to focus on the chat. There we go. Okay, guys, say hello to the vlog. I am vlogging for a few different things right now, so who knows which one this is gonna end up in, but you're now all on the vlog. Your chat is in the vlog. It's very Inception-y being in the vlog. Seeing you, seeing the vlog. Can I say vlog any more times? Bye, Helen. It was lovely to hear from you. See, they love you more than they love me. She's just like, where is the food? Where's the actual chocolate? Hello, vlog. Hee. You guys are freaking adorable. Now you're gonna have fun spotting whether you're in my vlog or not. You'll have to keep your eyes peeled. I have a video coming this week which was actually meant to it was meant to be out early this week. But it's, yeah, vlog doesn't sound like a word anymore. It's probably going to be out either tomorrow or Friday, but it's 5 of my favourite audiobooks that I never ever talk about. And if any of you guys were in my Patreon stream, then you will have seen me talk about that already a little bit. And that one will be out, and then I should have a vlog coming not that long after it. I'm doing a couple of things. I'm doing a secret project that you don't know about yet. I am also doing my 5-star predictions vlog where I read 5 thrillers that lovely wife Helen predicted my star ratings for. Here's a little hint. I've already DNF'd 2 of them. For many reasons, and I am also planning on, if you love this you will like that, for the Lockwood & Co books, because I know that I got a lot of you guys hooked and then you done ran out of the books and now you're mad at me. I just waved to my screen. Cycling Penguin on a Bike is literally the best username ever. Can you hear the kitty in the background? There is no poop emoji on the YouTube chat. I'm saddened. But I need to know why you were looking for it. Is it just going to be poo emojis for the vlog now? Marpo! I hear a kitty, but I can't see a kitty. Marpo! Marpo! Just standing here shouting on Marple, and anybody who's just tuned in is going to be like, is she talking to the book character? Is she okay?
There's a Marple.
Oh, hi Marple. Hi baby. Hello Slinky Cat. You want to come say hi? Probably not. Yeah, I smell it cooking. Trapped. That was skillful of me. This is Marple. She's the littlest of our kitties. Miss Marple. Obviously named for certain things. But she's also a reluctant cuddler, is Marple. This is actually the longest I think she's ever stayed on a screen still for. He's behind you. She's frequently behind us. She begs for water at all taps in the house, and so you never know if you're using the poo emoji alone. You can't go on the counter. So your choice is cuddle with Mummy forever. She just pushed my face away. Or go on the floor. How
are doing good. So we're going to have oat biscuits and we're going to have shortbread. And I think once the shortbread comes out, I think I might call it quits and go and have some tea and some shortbread. Okay, so last question then, because it will come out, the shortbread will come out very soon. Last question then. If you could only recommend me one book, just one book, no more than one book, which, I found a squirrel emoji but no poop emoji, which book would you recommend to me? Woo! And the timer went off. The shortbread lied to me, it needs another couple of minutes. Hi Marple, bye Marple. That is so very true. Because Helen was talking about Cadbury fruit and nut, there was an ad campaign. What is a hazelnut in every bite? The joke answer is squash. I love it so much. Yes girl. This has been the most random stream I have ever done. I think it's been great fun, but it's definitely been the most random thing that I have ever done. I hope you've liked it, guys. It's been great fun for me. I've really enjoyed it. That's a hard one because you probably read everything I have. Oh, Tracy, that's not true. That's not true at all. Rachel, is The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon? Have I got that right? I have seen, if so, I have seen that recommended a few times and I have never looked into it, so that is definitely a shout. No, never assume that I have read your favourites, guys, because it's not true. It's not true. I think it's always intimidating recommending a book to a booktuber. Padfoot, what are you doing? You lurking in the background. Poor Grissom. Grissom's been here through the whole thing at my feet. The whole time. A bit of a plug for the Patreon book club. Yes, we are. Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. I am really excited. And it's, for you guys in the UK, it's only 99 pence on the Kindle store right now, which... thank you, Lord, because we all need some cheap Kindle books right now. Just One Damn Thing After Another by Jodie Taylor. Gail, is that the time traveling historians? Because if it is, I think I have the first audiobook of that. And I may very well just have to do my stream recommended me books. And did I like them? I just need someone else to know. I talked about it earlier, but Memoirs of an Imaginary Friend. I don't care if you like it or not. I just need someone else to know it exists. I will look it up. I promise. I'm scared to... Rachel, why are you scared to start Lockwood & Co? Is it because you're scared of the horror? Is it because you're scared of Lockwood & Co? Is it because you're scared if you don't like it, I'll be mad? Because I won't be mad. I mean, I will question your taste, but I won't be mad. Yay! Okay, let's see if I can show you these without burning myself. Ta-da! Shortbread, love hearts. Shortbread, for the record, should be just golden brown around the edges and pale all the rest of the way through. Should never be dark. What a mess I have made. I've made such a mess. I've very recently got somebody, you all might see video from them soon about Lockwood & Co, because I've very recently got somebody into Lockwood & Co. Timeline by Michael Crichton. Ooh. Oh. Goblin by Ever Dundas. Definitely haven't heard of that one. See, I don't know all the books in the world. I know a lot of them. I don't know them all. Lockwood & Co is so much fun. I promise, it's so much fun, and it's mindless fun, and you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it. It's honestly, it's so good. It looks so good. I wish I could teleport you a cookie. I wish I could send you all cookies. Lovely wife Helen's definitely going to be properly spoiled. The funny thing about the oat biscuits is that they don't look impressive, right? I mean, they look a bit... At the end of the day, they look a bit like squashed porridge oats, which is kind of what they are. But you have to remember the squashed porridge oats with butter and sugar and syrup. So they taste a lot better than they look. And arguably, I think out of both of the things I have made today, these are probably better for you. And they definitely give you a little sweet kick. My first true shortbread experience was from the Elephant House in Edinburgh, and they were shaped like elephants. Oh, Chad, for people who don't know, the Elephant House is the place where J.K. Rowling wrote a good portion of Harry Potter, and it's very famous here. Everybody who comes visit, we go take a picture outside of the Elephant House. Manifest through the screen. I swear, if any of you guys had the power to manifest into my house right now, social distancing or not, I would give you shortbread. I have never read Dolores Claiborne. I'm starting Discworld because of you. Yay! Oh, I love Mort. Mort is one of my favourite. If you love Mort, just read the rest of the Death series straight through. If you like Mort but aren't completely sold, go on to Weird Sisters or Guards. That is absolutely where I tell everybody to start. So good. You might get me to try baking for the first time in years. I need some oat biscuits. Do it, Ange. They're so freaking easy. You saw me do it while I was doing a stream. I still managed to make them and not burn them. Hi, Malin. Oh, it's lovely to see you here. Yay! It's like, you made it. You did make it. I'm pretty much leaving. I'm leaving the oat biscuits and things to cool, and then I'm gonna go. It's nice to see you, Malin. Bless. There's another one on Sunday, honey. So don't worry. Oh, Rachel, you read Mort because of me. I love it when people read the Discworld books because of me. It makes me really happy. Also tried a sausage roll fresh off the airplane and was surprised that it was literally sausage links in a biscuit. No, it was sausage links in pastry. And also sausage links are a different thing over here as well. It was sausage and pastry. We don't have, but biscuits are sweet things over here. Biscuits are things that come with sugar and jam. Hi, Alice. Oh, thank you. I like this top. This is, I love this top. It looks good under everything. It makes me look much cuter than I am. Yay! Guards is amazing. So, most of the... Let me see. I'm gonna check before I lie to you guys. Most of the audiobooks for Discworld are read by the same person, especially the earlier ones, and they are amazeballs. Some of the later ones are, however, read by a different narrator, and the Guard series, I think 3 books from the end, changes to a different narrator, and it's really freaking jarring. Like, it's really jarring. So Nigel Planer does the early ones, and we love Nigel Planer. We stand Nigel Planer. And then I think it's the Fifth Elephant that I'm too busy talking. I literally just typed in elephant with an F and not a PH. I have many issues. Stephen Briggs does the later ones, and Stephen Briggs is a great narrator, and I think if you want to listen to like the Moist von Litwig books, the later books in the Terry Pratchett series, and you don't, have a series where like Nigel reads half of it and then Stephen reads the other half of it. If you want to just read with one or the other, Moist and things like that are great. I hate that word. I just hate saying Moist von Litwig. But I hate that it's really jarring that there's a different audiobook narrator halfway through. That upset me a little bit. Hi Annette! It's nice to see you. Don't worry about Tunnock's tea cake or log. Tea cake, because Tunnock's logs, most of them, well, one variety of them has coconut on it, and I'm allergic to coconut. There's like lovely way Helen's like tea cakes. Oat biscuits sound good. I've been baking like crazy. It's really good for taking your mind off things. You're totally right, Malin. I don't know if you guys got to see what we made. Let's see, is this? No, I still need to pick it up with a cloth. Hold on. Hi, Kiwi. Hi, baby. So we made shortbread love hearts because everybody needs a little bit of love right now. And then we made less impressive looking oaty biscuits, but I swear to God, they still taste good. Come here, Kitty. Whoosh. There we go. We've seen almost all of the family this evening. This is Kiwi. She is ruler of all things, Queen of Evil, and has a half Poirot moustache and hates the world. So that's the thing. I started Discworld in publication order, and yikes, I always tell people Witches as a start or more. Yeah. See, I love Rincewind himself, but I hate the early books because, like, Terry didn't know what the hell he was doing with the Discworld series, and it just they're not the best books to start with. If you're a Lockwood & Co. lover, if you enjoy Lockwood & Co., God, what is wrong with me? I just read a comment and I was distracted because Certain Minute has said, so Lockwood & Co. #1 is now on my Kindle. I was going to say, if you enjoy Discworld, then you will enjoy the early books in the Discworld series. But once you've read the later ones, don't start any earlier than Witches, than Weird Sisters. It's just bad. I think I like the Moist von Litwig less because his name is Moist. That is so accurate. You are so warm, and this kitchen is so warm that I'm going to put you down now. She hates kisses. You really hate me right now. She hates me right now. Last question from my spam of pass-ons. What type of tea do you and Helen drink? Oh, here's a controversial thing in our house. So I drink Tetley tea, and I drink decaf because I drink so much of it that otherwise it's bad. But I will take other teas. I'm a Tetley lover, but I will accept other tea. However, lovely wife Helen does not drink any hot liquids. She doesn't like tea. She doesn't like coffee. She doesn't like fruit teas or anything like that. The only thing hot liquid wise that she drinks is hot chocolate if I make it with tiny marshmallows for her. Kiwi has the most unimpressed face. She does. Kiwi is over life. Kiwi's over everybody. Hey Cara, it's nice to see you. See, there you go. By the time that I told you that lovely wife Helen only drinks hot chocolate, she managed to tell you it in the comments. Jail for mother for 1,000 years. Kiwi's literally like, I will cut you in your sleep. And I will enjoy it. And you will not. That is the most accurate Kiwi comment ever. I need to do some baking, not done any in ages. Did make, sagaloo. Annette made sagaloo from scratch. The Magic Thief. Ooh, I'll need to look that one up as well. Ooh, I get so many good recommendations from you guys. Honestly, I'm going to be poor by the time that I'm finished all these streams. And I'm going to try, this is what I'm going to try and do, guys. I don't know if it's going to work for you or not, but I'm going to try and do one stream through the week. So one stream somewhere from Monday to Friday. And then a stream on either a Saturday or a Sunday. I had a conversation with a few people who said that Sundays were easier for them because even though we're mostly in quarantine and lockdown and stuff, Saturdays are still quite family days because even, people are working from home and so they do family things on a Saturday. So I thought that a Sunday would be the best time to do more streams, but let me know if any of you think there's a better day for during the week, because I would really like to keep up the 2 streams a week. I think people are quite enjoying it, and even if it's just this, even if it's just us baking and talking about books and asking random questions, it's fun. And everybody, I think, just needs 5 minutes to stop thinking. At least you don't have Ursula Vernon Sergei, the one-eyed knife-throwing cat. I think that if Kiwi had thumbs, we would be in trouble. Keeper of the Lost City is good. I'm going to have to look that up immediately because I feel like I know the name of that book. Keeper of the Lost Cities. By Shannon Messenger. Am I looking at the right ones? Ooh. Oh, lots of friends have really liked it. Okay. That one can go on my wish list. Which is actually, my wish list is actually just my books to buy list on Goodreads. So bad. I despised hot dirty water and now I drink 2 or 3 chai with oat milk every day. Is that just since the quarantine or is that in general? Okay guys, I think I am going to call it. I am going to go and sit down with a cup of Tetley tea, a cup of dirty water, and eat some of the goodies that we made tonight. But I will be back on Sunday. It is another 8 p.m. stream. I'm going to see if I can go a little bit longer with it. I'll probably do some actual reading sprints on Sunday, if anybody's interested. I'm going to try and make it go just a little bit longer because I think some people are tending to get up around about like the 9:30 mark for me, and so I want to make sure that that we include Australia and those in Australia. Speaking of Ursula Vernon, you should read her books under her pseudonym T. Kingfisher. Oh, very Pratchenton. That's very difficult to say. She's a horror novel called The Twisted Ones. Ooh. You guys are gonna make me purr. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna go. I hope that this has been good for you guys. It's been so much fun. I get so much brain chill from these streams. It's really, really nice. And I will see you all on Sunday. Please stay well and stay safe. And if you have to go out of the house, then remember, stay far away from other human beings because we're all nasty and we all have germs. That's what I do anyway, but do it extra right now. And I hope that all of your families are also safe and well, and that you read very many good books before Sunday. And if you do want to try these recipes, I will leave them in the description for the stream, and you guys can check them out. And if you do make them, please tag me so I can see pictures of your goodies. Do you want to come say goodbye, Grissom? You've stood there the whole time. Oh, he stood there patiently the entire time waiting for scraps. He's absolutely shattered. He looks like he's about to fall over or fall asleep on his feet because he's been watching the whole time. And yeah, I will see you guys on Sunday at 8 PM British summertime. Helen had to remind me that that was what it was. British summertime. If you can stream at an Australia friendly time, could you maybe do a stream with Kirsty? I think I don't think Kirsty is feeling the YouTube vibes anymore. I mean, Kirsty didn't leave YouTube voluntarily. It was unfortunately due to real life circumstances with her job. So I don't think we would be able to. However, we're planning a special edition of the podcast for very soon, which is not going to be books where people die. It's going to be fluffy books. So hopefully you guys will get like a little giggle from seeing us recommend books with happy endings instead of books with dead bodies. Okay, I'm going to stop talking now. I am going to go. I love you all very much, and thank you so much for stopping by. I'm so pleased that you spent your evening with me. And I'll speak to you soon.